Assalamu alaikum. My name is Dr. Tariq Zahid Khan and I am working as Assistant Professor at the Department of Ear, Nose, Throat, Head and Neck Surgery, Dow Medical College and Civil Hospital, Karachi. We have started this series of online lectures and today's lecture is on the examination of ear. Now, first we will divide the examination of ear into different parts. First part would be introduction. In this part you will introduce yourself to the patient. After introduction you will take consent from the patient, and after taking consent you will make a proper position of the patient and yourself, and after making proper position you will illuminate your headlight and then you will start your ear, nose, throat examination. As far as the beginning of examination is concerned, the examination will begin from the general survey of the patient, in which you will see the whole patient, whether he is having any cannula, any tracheostomy tube, any other dressing, and you will describe it after observing it. After general survey of the patient, you will focus on the examination of the ear. The first part of the examination of ear will start from the inspection of the ear. In this part you will inspect the ear, the external ear and the areas which are surrounding the external ear, that means supraauricular region, infraauricular region, postaural area and preauricular region. And after that you will examine the auricle as whole. And after this inspection you will perform palpation of the external ear. The palpation of external ear will include the palpation of preauricular region, supraauricular region, postauricular region and infraauricular region. After palpation you will examine the external auditory canal, and after inspection of external auditory canal you will examine the tympanic membrane, and after examining the tympanic membrane, if there is any hole in the tympanic membrane, you will examine you will peep through the perforation and you will examine the middle ear cavity. The details of middle ear cavity should be examined. So after examining all these areas, you will focus to the facial nerve examination. Facial nerve examination we will see in detail, and after examining the facial nerve we will perform speech tests. The speech tests will include the speech tests, and after speech tests we will perform tuning fork tests. After the tuning fork tests will include few tuning fork tests, and the tuning fork we will use would be of 512 Hertz frequency, and the test you will perform through the tuning fork will be Rene's test, Weber test and absolute bone conduction test. After performing these tuning fork tests, you will proceed towards the vestibular test and some cerebellar tests. Vestibular test and cerebellar tests will include nystagmus, finger nose test, past pointing, dysdiadokinesia and some gait tests. After performing these gait tests, you will do fistula test. Before performing fistula test, you will examine the nose of the patient, and while examining the nose of the patient, you will pay special attention to the eustachian tube, because the part of the eustachian tube that is opening in the nasopharynx will be very important part of your ear examination. In some cases, like in children, the adenoids block the openings of eustachian tube, and in some adults, some mass in the nasopharynx like nasopharyngeal carcinoma or other benign lesions can also block the eustachian tube, leading to the conductive hearing loss. So the examination of nose and examination of oral cavity are also part of the ear examination. After performing these two examinations, you will perform neck examination or examination of the neck, in which you will palpate the neck nodes. You all know that in malignant lesions of the ear, the disease can spread into the deep cervical lymph nodes. So complete neck examination is very important. So after performing that neck examination, you will proceed to the fistula test. We perform fistula test in the last of our examination because this fistula test can trigger vertigo, and our ear examination would not be completed if the patient will suffer from vertigo. So we keep the fistula test in the last, and after performing this fistula test, we will re-drap the patient, we will thank the patient, and that's how our ear examination will finish. Okay, now the examination of ear is started, and we will start the examination from the inspection. After performing inspection, we will palpate the ear. The parts of inspection are the inspection of the ear from outside, that means the auricle, the area which is lying anterior to the ear, that means preauricular area, supraauricular area, postauricular area, and infraauricular area. These areas must be investigated, must be inspected first. After inspection, we will have to perform the palpation. Stop. Now the proper examination of ear is being started, and the examination of the ear includes inspection of the ear externally, and that will include inspection of pinna, preauricular region, supraauricular region, postauricular region, that is mastoid area, infraauricular region. During the inspection, you will only throw the headlight. The beam of headlight will be thrown on the parts you will be inspecting. You will not describe anything to the examiner. The examiner will himself observe what you are doing. Okay. First throw the light in front of the preauricular region and notice any preauricular deformity like preauricular sinus, preauricular tags, and in some cases the enlarged parotid can also be seen in preauricular region. And after that you will retract the pinna in this position to look the postauricular region, and in the postauricular region you will appreciate the mastoid area, and if there is any bulge over the mastoid area, that means mastoid abscess can also present like a swelling over this region, postauricular sinus, postauricular lymph node, and then you will observe the infraauricular region like this. Okay, and next you will come on the auricle. The things which you will notice on the auricle will be any congenital deformity of the auricle like bat ears, microtia or absence of the ear, anotia. In microtia you will observe a very deformed and small ear. There is a congenital deformity. And you can also observe cauliflower ear or boxer's ear, in which new cartilage formation makes the auricle very deformed. After performing inspection, you will perform palpation of the same areas which I described. And during palpation, I'm not using my headlight right now because I can appreciate all these areas without headlight even. And during palpation, you will feel the pinna for any preauricular hematoma, swelling, bulge, scar, ulcer, sinus, or any tenderness. The external temperature over the auricle can be palpated with the back of your hand like this, and you can compare it with the temperature of the adjacent area. And in some cases, like in the auricular abscess or in chondritis, the external temperature can be increased. So the external temperature can be observed while putting your hand in this condition. Okay, and you can also palpate for any tenderness. After that, you will have to use your headlight to look the pinna in detail, the external auditory canal, the tympanic membrane, and if there is any perforation, you will also observe for middle ear cavity. You will have to peep through that perforated eardrum and you will observe the mucosa of middle ear cavity. The mucosa of middle ear cavity could be red, could be velvety, and if there is discharge in the external auditory canal, you will use this ear probe, and on this ear probe you will apply some cotton, and with the help of this ear probe you will insert this cotton, and first you will make the external auditory canal free of the fluid. This is how you will make your earbud. Mind you that this part of the earbud could be fluffy. It should not be as hard like this. So you will not do it this way. You will keep this area fluffy, and after keeping this area fluffy, in case if there is any discharge in the external auditory canal, with the help of this Jobson's probe you will clear the external auditory canal, and then you will see the tympanic membrane and middle ear mucosa. Okay. In the beginning, or the first part of the examination of the ear from inside will be without ear speculum. How you will do that? You will put on this headlight, focus it properly. Now it is focused, and then the patient will be at your 1 arm's distance, and then you will ask the patient. मैं अब आपके कान के अंदर से थोड़ा सा मुआयना करूँगा, इसमें आपको कोई तकलीफ नहीं होगी, आप रिलैक्स होकर बैठ जाएं बिल्कुल, ठीक है, like this, and then we will throw the light and we will look into the external auditory canal in this way. Now, the structures you will notice in the external auditory canal will be eardrum, will be hair which are normally present in the external auditory canal. You will notice the width of the external auditory canal and the lumen of the external auditory canal. In case if there is any discharge like blood, fungus, wax or pus, you will notice by putting this ear probe, and then you will perform the complete examination of this ear discharge. That examination will include the color of the discharge, whether the discharge is scanty, whether the discharge is stained with blood or not, and whether it is foul smelling or not. Is it mucoid or it is watery, or whatever the character of the discharge you will notice. Okay, and after that, after noticing the ear discharge, so after performing the inspection of external auditory canal without ear speculum, now you will proceed towards the examination of external auditory canal and the examination of ear from inside with the help of this ear speculum. So normally this type of ear speculum is used to examine the ear from inside. You will select the biggest ear speculum that could be inserted into the ear of the patient. Prior to insert this ear speculum in the ear of the patient, you will brief what you are going to perform with this ear speculum. And in case the patient is having pain, then you will be very careful. You will select the biggest sized ear speculum to examine the ear from inside. You will hold this ear speculum between your index finger and between your thumb like this, and while you will insert this ear speculum, the movement of the ear speculum should be like this, screwing, slow, gradual movement, and you will not proceed from beyond the cartilaginous part of external auditory canal. So you will limit yourself, you will limit this ear speculum up to the cartilaginous part of the ear. Okay, now we are proceeding towards the examination with the help of ear speculum. How I will do? अब मेरे हाथ में ये देखें एक मेटालिक ear speculum है, इसको मैं आपके कान के अंदर आहिस्ता से डालूंगा ताकि मुझे आपके कान के अंदर जो भी बीमारी है उसका मुझे अंदाज़ा हो सके और अंदर कोई अगर ऐसी एबनॉर्मल चीज़ है तो उसका भी मुझे पता चल सके। इस दौरान आपको थोड़ा सा अनईजी लगेगा क्योंकि आपको दर्द तो कोई है नहीं, आपने बता दिया, तो थोड़ा सा आप बर्दाश्त कर लीजिएगा। अगर दर्द हो तो मुझे आप बता दीजिएगा, मैं रुक जाऊँगा। ठीक है, हम शुरू कर लें। गुड। अब आप थोड़ा सा ऐसे हैं, शाबाश। You will pull the pinna upwards, backwards and some lateral. Okay, upward, backward and laterally. Upward, backward and laterally. Okay, to make the external auditory canal in a straight line. If you will pull this pinna upward, backward and laterally in adults and laterally and downwards in children. And how you will make the external auditory canal a straight line. Okay, after pulling this pinna upward, backward and laterally, you will insert this speculum and then you will start examining the external auditory canal. I am looking into his external auditory canal. He is having hair with some wax on the walls of the external auditory canal. All walls of the external auditory canal, including the superior, posterior, inferior and medial or anterior wall, is examined for any swelling, any congestion. Color of the external auditory canal, both parts will be examined, like the skin. In case if there would be any boil or otitis externa, the patient will toss up in his chair and then you will know that the patient is having otitis externa. If there is no pain on gentle movement of the ear speculum, that means that the external auditory canal is not infected. If there is any wax discharge, as I mentioned earlier, you will clean that wax or discharge with the help of Jobson's probe with some cotton wool over it, and then you will clean the external auditory canal. In the external auditory canal, you can appreciate wax, fungus. The color of the external auditory canal, it should not be congested. There could be congenital stenosis of the external auditory canal or atresia. There could be any growth like osteoma is one of the common growths, benign growths which is found in the external auditory canal. And suppose if the patient is diabetic and if he is having excruciating pain in the external auditory canal, there could be some malignant otitis externa in the external auditory canal. Okay, after examining the external auditory canal, after ruling out all these things, you will proceed towards the eardrum or towards the tympanic membrane. As you all know that in the same way that I am not going to introduce this ear speculum again and again in the ear of the patient, but you will also examine the tympanic membrane of the patient. The normal color of the tympanic membrane, as you all know, is pearly white, and it is indrawn, it is pulled inwards with the help of handle of Malleus, which is attached to the almost center of the tympanic membrane, and this makes the tympanic membrane concave. From the attachment of handle of Malleus, while you will be examining the external auditory canal, examining the tympanic membrane, you will also appreciate the cone of light. The cone of light, the narrow part of that cone would be at the umbo and it would be proceeding forwards anterior-inferiorly. But in cases of any perforation, the cone of light can be absent. The tympanic membrane can be bulged. You will notice the color of tympanic membrane. The normal tympanic membrane is pearly white. It can be gray in color. It can be red in meningitis or bullous meningitis. It can be blue in some cases. And you will also see for any perforation in the external auditory, in the tympanic membrane. Now, for descriptive purposes, the tympanic membrane is divided into four parts by two imaginary lines. One line will pass in the center of the tympanic membrane, horizontally and one in through the center of the tympanic membrane vertically, dividing the tympanic membrane into anterior superior, anterior inferior, posterior superior and posterior inferior parts. These are four quadrants of the tympanic membrane. And now if you see any perforation, if you observe any perforation in the tympanic membrane, you will notice these things to describe any perforation. This exact size of the perforation, whether it is present in the anterior superior, posterior superior, anterior inferior or posterior inferior part of the tympanic membrane. Then the size of the tympanic membrane. Is it pinholed? Is it medium? It is total or it is subtotal perforation. You will observe the size of the perforation. What is the actual size of the perforation? So side of the perforation is observed, size of the perforation, then the shape of the perforation, whether it is circular, oval or kidney shaped, heart shaped perforation. And now the number of the perforations. How many perforations are present in the tympanic membrane? In most of the cases there is only one perforation, but in some cases like tuberculous otitis media, there can be so many perforations in the tympanic membrane. So after examining the tympanic membrane, you will proceed and you will see or you will peep through that perforation in the middle ear cavity. Now in the middle ear cavity you will observe, and as far as perforation is concerned, one thing is also to be noticed, that is the margin of the perforation, whether the margin of the perforations are healed. Healed margins of the perforation means the perforation is very old or it is old, and whether the margins of the perforations are not healed. That means in cases where the perforation is not that old, the margins will not be healed. Okay. After performing this, we will examine the ear with the help of this otoscope. This instrument is otoscope, and you can hold this otoscope like a pen, and you will place your little finger on the neck of the patient so that the patient would not move during your otoscopic examination. You will appreciate all these things, all these structures, all the findings, that those you notice during your examination of ear with ear speculum and without ear speculum, and in detail you will see all these. Especially the perforation of the tympanic membrane is examined with the help of this otoscope. And this while you will performing this otoscopy, you will also perform Valsalva test, and during Valsalva test you will ask the patient to pinch his nose, and after closing his mouth. So I am going to perform the otoscopy I will select the biggest sized ear speculum for otoscopy, and then I will brief the procedure, and we will also perform Valsalva during otoscopy to see the movement or the mobility of the eardrum, to notice whether the Eustachian tube is working or functioning normally or not. अच्छा, अब मेरे पास ये आला है, इसको मैं आपके कान में आहिस्ता से रखूँगा, और इसको रखने के बाद हम आपके कान का अंदर से मुआयना करेंगे डिटेल में. इसमें इंशाल्लाह आपको कोई तकलीफ़ नहीं होगी. अगर कोई दर्द हो तो आप बता दीजिएगा. थोड़ा सा मेरे करीब आ जाए. बस. अगेन योर knee will be facing your right knee will be facing the left knee of the patient, and then we will introduce this otoscope like this. Hold it like a pen. Put your little finger on the neck of the patient to stabilize this otoscope like this. I have illuminated it, and now I am pulling the pinna upward, backwards and laterally like this, and now I will look into the ear. नाक बंद करके मुंह में हवा भरें प्लीज. I am seeing all the structures which I saw during my ear examination with ear speculum with this otoscope in detail, and especially in case if there is any perforation, so that would also be seen in detail with the help of this otoscope. Okay, so this is otoscopic examination of the ear. After performing otoscopic examination of the ear, the next step would be examination of facial nerve, because facial nerve is very important structure and it can be compromised during the ear diseases, especially the middle ear diseases like herpes zoster infection, like chronic suppurative otitis media, and if it is complicated with cholesteatoma, the facial nerve can be damaged. Facial nerve can also be damaged during the surgeries of the ear. So facial nerve examination is one of the important parts of ENT examination. How we will perform it, you all know because you would have done it in मेडिकल वार्ड्स एज वेल. थोड़ा सा आप अपना मास्क उतार लें, मैं थोड़ा डिस्टेंस पे हो जाता हूँ आपसे. मुंह बंद रखिएगा ताकि आजकल कोरोना है, ज़रा ख़तरा है. दांत दिखाएं, सही. मुंह बंद करें. आप मुंह उधर कर लें ताकि बस लोगों को पता चले. यस, डू इट. अब आप मुंह में हवा फुलाएं. ठीक है. नाउ यू विल अप्रिशिएट द नेज़ोलेबियल फोल्ड्स. ढीला छोड़ दें. ठीक है. माथे पे शिकने डालें, ऊपर देखें छत की तरफ. ओके. सो दीज आर फ्यू instructions you will give to the patient to examine his facial nerve. The next part is the hearing tests. So we will now discuss the hearing tests and how these tests are performed. Hearing tests will include speech tests and some tuning fork tests. In tuning fork test we will perform Weber's test, Rennie's test and absolute bone conduction test. So these three tuning fork tests we will perform. So first we will perform speech test. अच्छा, अब जो लफ्ज़ मैं आपसे बोलूँगा वो आप दोबारा बोलेंगे. आप you will select the words like playboy, daydream, इस तरह से दिन रात, इस तरह के लफ्ज़ मरीज से बोलेंगे तो वो दोबारा बोलेगा. ठीक है. उससे आपको पता चलता जाएगा कि उसकी हियरिंग कितनी ख़राब है. ओके. मुँह उधर करें. You will press the tragus of the opposite ear with this hand and you will put your left hand on the right eye of the patient so that patient would not see your lip movements and then you will tell the words. Playboy, दोबारा बोलो. हाँ, जोर से बोलो.
Playboy,
daydream,
daydream,
दिन रात, 99,
99, 11-12.
Okay. Now you will test the other ear like this. 99, 11-12. Okay. This how you will perform speech test. His hearing seems to be normal, and after performing speech test we will perform tuning fork test. So we will use tuning fork of 512 frequency. 512 frequency. This is normally used tuning fork, and before performing tuning fork test you will ask the patient what you are going to perform. ये मेरे हाथ में एक आला है, इसकी आवाज़ मैं आपको सुनाऊंगा. पहले आपके कान के आगे रखूंगा, फिर आपके कान के पीछे रखूंगा. ठीक है. जो आवाज़ आपको अच्छी आएगी आप मुझे बता देंगे कि आगे वाली आवाज़ अच्छी आ रही है या पीछे वाली आवाज़ अच्छी आ रही है. एक मेथड तो इसका ये है. दूसरा मेथड इसका ये भी होता है कि जब आप इसको आगे रखते हैं आवाज़ आना बंद हो जाए तो फिर पीछे रख देते हैं कान के, टू सी द एयर कंडक्शन एंड बोन कंडक्शन, एंड यू विल कंपेयर द एयर कंडक्शन टू द बोन कंडक्शन व्हाइल परफॉर्मिंग दीज ट्यूनिंग फॉक टेस्ट. ओके. अब हम ये शुरू कर रहे हैं. आवाज़ आ रही है
जी.
ओके. ये आवाज़ अच्छी आ रही है आपको या पीछे वाली?
ये पीछे वाली आवाज़.
नहीं, पीछे वाली नहीं आएगी अच्छी. अगर आपकी हियरिंग सही है तो करीब कर लें थोड़ा सा इसको. थोड़ा सा बस. अब दोबारा आप बताएं. ठीक है. आवाज़ आ रही है?
आ रही है.
ये आवाज़ तेज़ आ रही है या पीछे वाली आवाज़ तेज़ आ रही है?
आगे वाली आवाज़ तेज.
तो भाई आप क्यों कह रहे थे कि पीछे वाली आ रही है? आगे वाली आवाज़ तेज़ आ रही है, इसका मतलब है कि आपका कान सही काम कर रहा है या आपके कान में कोई रगों की कमज़ोरी है. अगर हियरिंग इम्पेयर्ड है और आगे वाली आवाज़ अच्छी आ रही है, दैट मीन्स वेदर द हियरिंग इज नॉर्मल और वेदर द पेशेंट इज हैविंग सम सेंसोरी न्यूरल हियरिंग लॉस, क्योंकि एयर कंडक्शन इज बेटर देन बोन कंडक्शन. और अगर पीछे वाली आवाज़ अच्छी आ रही है तो उसका मतलब ये है कि बोन कंडक्शन इज बेटर देन एयर कंडक्शन, एंड दैट दिस हैपेंस इन कंडक्टिव हियरिंग लॉस. अब आप इधर करें तो मैं आपके दूसरे कान के भी कर लूँ. पोजिशनिंग अभी मेरी इसलिए सही नहीं हो पा रही कि वीडियो की रिकॉर्डिंग की वजह से. ये आवाज आ रही है आपको?
जी हाँ।
ये अच्छी आ रही है या पीछे वाली अच्छी आ रही है?
आगे वाली अच्छी है।
आगे वाली अच्छी आ रही है, ठीक है। अब आप सीधे हो जाएं। अब आप मुझे बताएंगे कि ये आवाज आपको इस कान में जा रही है या उस कान में, या
Left
किसी कान में नहीं जा रही?
लेफ्ट पे जा रही
एक मिनट रुको, दोबारा बताओ, किस कान में जा रही
है।
है?
लेफ्ट पे।
लेफ्ट में। इसका मतलब ये है कि तुम्हारा उल्टा कान जो है उसमें थोड़ी सी कमजोरी है, क्योंकि नॉर्मली दिस इज वेबर टेस्ट एंड इट शुड नॉट बी लेटरलाइज्ड टू एनी ईयर. इफ इट इज बीइंग लेटरलाइज्ड टू वन ईयर, दैट मीन्स दिस ईयर इज हैविंग कंडक्टिव हियरिंग लॉस, या उसका जो दूसरा कान है उसमें सेंसोरी न्यूरल हियरिंग लॉस है, तब वो बेटर ईयर की तरफ जाती है. तो या तो उसको सेंसोरी न्यूरल हियरिंग लॉस है सम डिग्री का राइट ईयर में, देन दिस साउंड विल बी रेफर टू द लेफ्ट ईयर. लेकिन हमें ऐसा कुछ लग नहीं रहा कि इसको राइट ईयर में सेंसोरी न्यूरल हियरिंग लॉस है. तो दूसरी कंडीशन ये हो सकती है कि इसको उल्टे वाले कान में कंडक्टिव हियरिंग लॉस है. सो दिस वेबर टेस्ट इज बीइंग लेटरलाइज्ड टू द लेफ्ट ईयर एंड इज बोथ रेनीज टेस्ट आर पॉजिटिव, यानी रेनीज टेस्ट में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है इसको, लेकिन वेवर टेस्ट जो है वो लेटरलाइज हो रहा है उल्टी तरफ. वेवर टेस्ट, माइंड यू, वेवर टेस्ट इज मोर सेंसिटिव टेस्ट. आफ्टर परफॉर्मिंग दीज ट्यूनिंग फॉग टेस्ट वी विल प्रोसीड फर्दर मोर. वी विल परफॉर्म सम अदर टेस्ट like cerebellar test, and those tests will include finger nose test, dysdiadokinesia and some other gait tests. अच्छा, अब आपको ये करना है कि अपना हाथ ऐसे सीधा कर लें प्लीज, बिल्कुल स्ट्रेट करें. मेरे इस उंगली पे आप अपने हाथ की उंगली को लगाएंगे और फिर अपनी नाक की टिप पे लगाएंगे. इस तरह करते रहें प्लीज, करते रहें. नाक की टिप पे लगाएं, 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 लगाएं. हाथ सीधा करें, स्ट्रेट. अब उस हाथ से करें, लगाएं, 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 लगाएं. जी, अब आप दूसरा टेस्ट करवा लें इनसे. इसको ऐसे करें, ऐसे करें, ऐसे करें, करते रहें, ऐसे करते रहें दोनों हाथों से. शाबाश, करते रहें, करते रहें. अच्छा, अब इस हाथ को सीधा करें और ऐसे करते रहें, करते रहें. That means his cerebellum is fine, it is normal, and there is nothing wrong with his cerebellum because these are cerebellar tests और ये सब सही है. ठीक है, अब ये कर लें. अब आप इसका nystagmus देख लें. Nystagmus while you will perform nystagmus test, you will ask the patient to see the tip of my finger without moving your neck. Okay, like this. अगर कोई चक्कर आए या कुछ और मसला हो तो बता देना. ओके, नो nystagmus और नो alteration in the nystagmus test is noted. ओके, सो these are some cerebellar tests. अब हम इसका gait test और करवा लेंगे और उसके बाद लास्ट में we will perform his fistula test and here we will finish our examination. Mind you that during examination of the ear, the neck should be exposed, so that the last part of the ear examination is the examination of the neck. We will expose his neck properly to examine his neck nodes. अच्छा कांति, जब मैं आपको कहूँगा ना तो फिर आप अपने दोनों पैरों को इस तरह से करेंगे, ठीक है, और आंखें बंद करके हाथ सीधे करके 30 सेकंड्स तक आप इस तरह रखेंगे. अगर आप गिरेंगे तो मैं आपको पकड़ लूँगा, लिहाजा आप डरने की ज़रूरत नहीं. थोड़ा सा आप यहाँ आ जाएं आगे, बस दोनों पैरों को मिला लें, हाथ दोनों सीधे कर लें, ठीक है, आंखें बंद करके खड़े हो जाएं. एंड नाउ यू विल ऑब्जर्व वेदर द पेशेंट इज हैविंग unilateral ataxia or not. If he would be suffering from any cerebellar disease like cerebellar abscess or anything related to the ear, he can fall to one side, which he is not. सही है, कोई चक्कर तो नहीं आ रहे, किसी तरफ गिर तो नहीं रहे. ठीक है, आंखें खोल लें, आप हाथ सीधे कर लें. अच्छा, अब आप एक तो ये जो टाइलों की लाइन बनी हुई ना, इस लाइन पे चलते हुए सीधे वहां तक जाएंगे, ठीक है, फिर वापस उल्टे मुड़ते हुए आ जाएंगे. ओके, हाँ, इसको इस तरह जाना है, इस लाइन पे जाना है, पूरा सीधी जो स्ट्रेट लाइन है, चलते जाएं. शाबाश, ठीक है, सही है.
कोई चक्कर वक्कर तो नहीं आया? अब दोबारा इधर आ जाए। अब आपको ऐसे करना है कि ये जो अपना पैर है, थोड़ी जगह दें, इस पैर को आपको जहाँ पे पंजा है वहाँ पे हील रखनी है, फिर दोबारा ऐसे ऐसे करते हुए आपको आगे तक जाना है। ये हम ये देखेंगे कि आपको कोई चक्कर वक्कर तो नहीं आए। ओके, ऐसे करते हुए आए, शाबाश, वहाँ से। ठीक है। नाउ द लास्ट पार्ट ऑफ आवर एग्जामिनेशन इज द, यहाँ बैठ जाए, फिस्टुला टेस्ट। फिस्टुला टेस्ट हम इसलिए लास्ट में करते हैं कि अगर मरीज को कोई चक्कर वक्कर आए तो हमारा एग्जामिनेशन जब तक पूरा हो जाए। अच्छा, अब मैं आपके कान को दबाऊंगा, आप मेरी उंगली को इस तरह से देखेंगे 30 सेकंड तक। कोई चक्कर आए तो मुझे बता दें। दिस हाउ यू विल प्रेस हिज ट्रिगर्स एंड यू विल नोटिस फॉर एनी वर्टिगो। ओके, कोई चक्कर वक्कर तो नहीं आया? ठीक है। अब इसको देखें, कोई चक्कर वक्कर तो नहीं आ रहा? Good. This how you will complete your examination of the ear. After performing your examination of the ear, you will re-wrap the patient. अब मैं आपके बटन दोबारा लगा दूंगा और सब. I am not performing his examination of the neck because the examination of the neck is the mandatory part of the examination of the ear, and in between this you will also examine his nose, which I have not examined because we will cover it under the topic of examination of the nose. But examination of the nose, especially the posterior rhinoscopy, is one of the important parts of the examination of the ears. During posterior rhinoscopy, you will see the openings of the eustachian tube, the status of his nasopharynx, and whether he is having adenoids or any growth in the nasopharynx, to see the openings of the eustachian tubes, because if the eustachian tubes are blocked, the patient may suffer from conductive hearing loss and some pain in the ears as well. But I have not performed this examination of the oral cavity, examination of the nose, but these two examination and examination of the throat, because in some cases the pain can be referred to the ear if the patient is having disease in the throat. Okay, throat means hypopharynx and larynx because of the same innervation, that is known as referred earache. But I am not performing the examination of the oral cavity, the examination of the nose, and the examination of the neck, because we will cover these examinations under heading of other specific examinations. But these three examinations are the part of examination of the ear. This should be understood. Okay, and after performing all these tests, all these examinations, you will re-wrap the patient and you will thank the patient. आपको बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, आपने हमें बीमारी को अपनी समझने में मदद दी. ओके, खुदा हाफिज.